Hello world, it is Monday, October 16th, 2023, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's kind of an overcast day. It was chilly this morning, 46 degrees, and I think it's going to be in the upper 50s, but just kind of the same kind of a day, dreary fall day. The devotion for today is entitled The Cave by Kaji Dosha. Kaji bases the devotion upon Psalm 142, verses 1 through 2, New International Version. I cry aloud to the Lord. I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out before him my complaint. Before him I tell my trouble. And then Kaji writes, Psalm 142 is a prayer of David offered from the time he was in the cave. Are you in the cave too? Is someone else who you know there too? We all find our way into the cave at one time or another. We all find ourselves in places where we find no light, but the match we cannot seem to find. There is a mouth to the cave. There is an exit, but is it safe to go? The responses that others offer us in our laments help us to know whether or not the world outside the cave is a place where we will be embraced. If a lament is not your song today, how can you call into a cave where someone else is waiting? If you are in the cave, where can you call knowing that your complaint will be honored rather than ignored? If you are in church leadership, how can you help to make room for every bit of this? No matter what the people around you do, know that, cave or not, God embraces it all. You are honored, beloved, and known. Kaji's prayer. Set me free from my prison, that I may praise your name, O God. For in you we find our true freedom, the opening of the gate, the mouth of the cave. Help us into your promised land. Amen. One of the things that came to mind for me is, I guess, depression. Being in the cave, that's what I equate it with. There is a time, well, I shouldn't say everyone has that time. I can't say that for certain, but I'm going to guess that's true. I know it is for me. There's times when everything seems dim. It's hard to see, it's hard to feel, it's hard to be. And that is in the cave. And the depth of sorrow and maybe anger can be so great that it becomes difficult to find your way out. And sometimes it helps to have a voice at the opening to the cave, calling out to us, just reminding us that we are loved, maybe just sitting there and knowing that they're present there. And speaking of that, I mean, of being with someone who is in depression, I don't think it does good to necessarily try to cheer them up or tell them they have nothing to be sad about, but simply being just present for them. And then maybe helping them find a simple single thing that they can grasp onto to get them through that most difficult time. But sometimes it's just sitting there with them, perhaps holding their hand, perhaps crying with them, and listening to them, let them unload what is bearing down so heavy on their heart. I think that's what God does, and God listens. And God is there at the mouth of the cave, waiting and listening, and still emanating love for us. Hope you have a good day, and hope to talk to you again soon.